Being in my studio, it's where the heart of the creativity is, and it's the place I love being in the most. My fascination with clay has never abated, and I'm continually learning and challenged by the medium. Above my wheel, I have an ideas board where I can pin up bits of old newspaper cuttings, sketches, anything that I see that can inspire me to try out new ideas. And the fun of actually thinking laterally outside the box is putting combinations together that you don't think might work, but actually finding that they do. And that's also about having fun and just playing. I've always loved working with clay, and particularly making marks and surface textures. And I'm always collecting things that I can use. For example, this rolling pin I picked up in an old junk shop, I think originally was made for rolling oats. And the series of parallel lines make a wonderful pattern. So if I roll it into the clay in one direction, I get that effect. But then of course I can roll it across itself and I can get wonderful check patterns, and I can even make almost a tartan design like that, which is great fun. Another piece is, this is an old handlebar, rubber covering from a handlebar, and you think it's a piece of junk, but the pattern on it, when it's rolled into a piece of clay, gives you another pattern. Totally different, and again it can be used to impress into clay. Here I've got an old piece of bark, and again that can be used in a totally different random way to create the effect of stone or rocks, to imitate nature. And it's so simple and so quick. And all sorts of fabric, including bits of old lace, can be rolled in. This is a bit of hessian. And the hessian, when you roll it through, often I use this for backing of large platters. I roll it onto hessian first. But when you pull it off, again, you just get lovely surface patterns and textures. There you go. Again, great fun, and they can all be used. On this piece I've been using some wooden stamps to impress the clay, and I'm going to use coloured slips just to see how this brings up the pattern. Again, I also like using a molten wax, and it's just to build up the texture and allowing it to dry between each piece. And it immediately just transforms what was there before. And then I think I'm going to try and use some yellow. Let's just see what this does. Again, this will go for a first firing, a bisque firing, where the clay is actually transformed to ceramic, and then I can add more colour after that stage and then put it in for a final firing. I'm going to leave that as that is for the moment and let that dry.